Okay, welcome everybody. Make sure we're recording. I believe we are. Yes. All right, so now, my name is Gloria, and I'm teaching on behalf of Heat Yoga CR, the Heat Yoga Studio. And today I'm going to be teaching an Ashtanga class. However, I want to make it clear that this is not a traditional Ashtanga class. I am drawing from the Ashtanga tradition. We'll do a lot of the traditional yoga Ashtanga poses and follow a lot of the sequence. But my intent is to make this class accessible to everyone. There's a lot of Ashtanga poses that are not accessible. So I want to make sure that everyone can practice this, because I find great joy in doing it. There's a lot I can't do, but anyway, so quit talking, Gloria. We usually start Ashtanga with an opening prayer. What I want to do today, everyone can be seated on their mats, and we're going to start with a mudra, which I think is very appropriate. This particular one is called Vaikara. And it's the gesture for protection from the forces of nature, very appropriate for the time. It is said to support our immune system and to help us discern between safe and potentially harmful environments. So go ahead and sit comfortably, make soft fists, place your left hand on your chest first, and your right crossing. Close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. Notice your breath as you inhale and as you exhale. We can be doing this for a while. Arriving on the mat, as we like to say. And as you focus more on your breathing, let the muscles of your upper back relax. If your mind wanders, just note what's on your mind, and then return your focus to your breath. Take about 3 more breaths here. Slowly start to open your eyes. Unfold your right hand, your left hand, and make your way up to the top of your mat. So standing at the top of your mat, we're going to start with chaturangas. We're going to do a lot today. The participants of my studio, we have the heat up to 100 degrees or so when we practice. So we're going to try and get some internal heat going today. So pushing into the tops of your feet, shoulders roll back. Starting with Surya Namaskar A. and making any kind of variation on the chaturanga if you want. So this will take a lot of energy and a lot of strength. Inhale, arms up, hands in prayer. Exhale, forward fold, chin to your chest, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull your shoulders back, crown forward. Exhale, fold, plant your hands on the mat. Step back or jump back into high plank. You can stand your toes or come down to your knees. Shoulders roll forward, bend your elbows, come down. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. 1, 2, knuckles pressing into the mat, press into the base of your fingers. Pushing long through your arms, grow your arms all the way up to your tailbone, hips back, knees can be slightly bent. 5, look forward, frame your upper body, jump or step or walk, forward fold, crown down, look back at your knees, inhale, halfway lift, hands can be under shins to the floor. Exhale, fold, crown down, soft knees, chin to chest, inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands down to your side. Inhale up, Surya Namaskara again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Shoulders pull back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Grab your toes or knees. Come forward, come down. Inhale, halfway or all the way down to the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Counting breaths. Inhale. For 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking forward, come forward, inhale halfway, crown forward, exhale, inhale all the way up, exhale, hands down to your side, inhale, arms up, exhale, fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, plant your hands, step back, high to low, inhale up, heart forward, shoulders back, exhale, downward facing dog for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking forward, come forward. Into your fold, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down to your side. Surya Namaskar. Inhale. Push into your feet. Exhale, fold. Soft knees going down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Getting tired, come to your knees, shoulders forward, bend your elbows. Inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Inhale. 2. 3. 4. 5, looking back toward your belly button, crown to the mat. Look forward, walk, step or jump, halfway lift. Exhale, deep fold, bend your knees, inhale, come up. Exhale. I think we're on number 5, losing count. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, shoulders pull back, Exhale, fold, plant your hands, stepping back, high plank. Exhale, bring your shoulders forward, bend your elbows halfway down or all the way down to the mat. Inhale up, push into the tops of your feet. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Four, 5. Looking forward. Fold, come to your fold. Halfway lift. Crown forward, shoulders pull back. Exhale, drop your crown. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands down to your side. Now I've already forgotten. We're going to do one more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. From your toes or from your knees, pull your shoulders forward. Come down. Inhale, make sure you're pushing into the tops of your feet, shoulders pull back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. For 2, 3, 4, 5. Frame your upper body, step forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale. Inhale, soft knees, chin to chest, head comes last. Hands up in prayer. Exhale, arms come down to the side. Surya Namaskar B. Starting with, we're going to start with chair. Inhale. And then exhale, sit back, chair. We'll take a minute here for the first chair. So bring your pubic bone up to your belly button. Bring that up, trying to make those meet. Heart up to the ceiling. Hands can be straight up. They can be here in prayer if your shoulders don't allow that. Another thing, you can bring them into prayer, looking up toward your thumb. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Shoulders pull back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back. High plank. Rolling forward, exhale down. And then inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gonna give you 2 options here. One, you can plant your left heel. Step your right foot forward, coming up into warrior 1. Bending into your right knee. Take your time, press into your feet to get your balance. So you want to bring this left hip parallel with your right. If you can't do that with your heel down on the mat, lift it. So coming up into a crescent. Either one will be good for our flow today. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, low lunge. My voice sounds funny. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back high. Exhaling down, inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. So 1, 2, 3. Know that if you get tired of doing chaturangas, you can always go back to downward facing dog and skip that flow from high plank to low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Looking to the top of your mat, come forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Whoops, I'm sorry. Exhale, bend your knees, hips back. And inhale up. Exhale down, monkey mind. I lost track of what I was doing. Let's do this Surya Namaskar B again. Hips back, bend your knees, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back, high plank. From here, you can go right to downward facing dog if you need a break. Exhale, bring your shoulders forward, come down. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, low lunge. Pressing into your feet, coming up to crescent. Or planting that back heel, coming up into warrior two. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Stepping back to high plank. Exhale, low. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot comes forward, low lunge. Press into your feet. Inhale, come up to crescent or warrior two, or warrior one. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. High plank to low. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. You should start, I'm starting to feel a little warm. Hopefully you are too. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you need a bigger break, you can always come into child's pose. Inhale, look forward. Step forward. Or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come up into chair pose. And then inhale, press into your feet. Exhale, hands down to your side. Surya Namaskar B. Hips back, bend your knees, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Stepping back and lowering into low plank from high. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, pressing into your feet. Inhale, come up. And exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back. High to low. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Exhaling to low. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that wasn't 5 breaths. Look forward, step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms up. Pubic bone up to your belly button. Press into your feet. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Hips back. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms up. Chair pose. Surya Namaskar again. Exhale, fold. Drop your crown. Look at your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant. Stepping back. Coming forward. And then lowering into low plank. Inhale, up. And exhale. Pressing back. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Low lunge. Inhale, coming up. Reach up high. Press into your feet. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back high. Lowering. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot comes forward, low lunge. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Step back. Roll forward on your toes, down. Lower and inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look forward. Step forward and come up. Halfway lift. Exhale, drop your crown. Chin to chest, bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Press into your feet, reach with your fingers. Oh, and sit back chair. And then inhale up. Exhale, hands down your side. We'll do one more. I don't know how many we've done. I think we've done 3. Hips back, bend your knees. Inhale, arms up. Chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands plant. Stepping back, high plank. Lowering to low. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart up. Shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, low lunge. Pressing into your feet. Inhale, come up, press your feet apart. Bend into that right knee, straighten the back leg. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. High plank to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, low lunge. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Step back high, shoulders forward, coming down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. 1. Crown down, look towards your belly button. 2. Knees can be slightly bent. 3. Stretching through your arms. 4. 5. Looking forward, step forward. Inhale, halfway. Shoulders pull back. Exhale, drop your crown. Bend your knees, hips go back. Inhale, arms come up. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Pressing in your feet. Inhale up. And exhale down to your side. Take a step apart. So your feet are hip width distance apart. Inhale, arms come up. Soft knees, you don't have to have straight legs here. Take your 2-piece fingers, wrap them around your big toes. So they're coming from the inside of your toes to the out. Inhale, look forward, stretch your spine. Exhale, fold, crown down. Holding here for 5 breaths. With each inhale, pull up on your big toes. But have your big toes resist. With your exhale, push your crown down to the mat. Inhale, 2. 3, pull and push. 4, pull and push. Elbows are bent. 5. Inhale, look forward and pause. Release your toes, lift your feet, placing your right hand under the sole of your foot, palm under the sole, big toes come all the way up to your wrists. Again, knees don't have to be straight. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, crown down, bend your elbows. So with each inhale here, pull up with your hands, but resist with your feet. And then as you exhale, push your crown down. 3. 4, pull up, push, but resist. And then as you exhale, crown down. 1 more, 5. Inhale, look forward. Release your hands, chin to chest, hands to your waist. Now roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Step to the top of your mat. Samasthiti. Right foot steps back. If you have blocks, you might want to use them. I usually instruct with blocks. So coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right toes are facing away, left foot is angled in. You can start with a bent knee, with a lunge, placing your right hand on the block's right behind your right ankle, left hand started on your hip, press, straighten, push your right knee. I'm pushing mine toward the fireplace because that's what's behind me, starting to open up your chest. Extend your arm, gaze at your, up to your left hand. Otherwise, if that hurts your neck, you can change it and just look down on the mat. For 3, make sure you're breathing. 4, 5, and then release your hand, maybe bend into your right knee and come up. Turn your toes in the opposite direction. If you're using a block, place it behind. It can be high, medium, or low. Right hand on your hips. Straighten that left leg. So both legs are straight in Trikonasana, triangle pose. Open up your hip. Arm comes up. Opening up through the shoulders. And breathe for 3, 4, 5. Bring your hand back down to your hip, bend into your knee, and inhale, come up. Turning your toes to the other side. This time we're going to revolve the triangle. So eventually your left hand comes to the outside of your foot, but you might want to start with it on the inside. Before you go down, square your hips. So that means take your right hip, left hip is opposite your right. Start to fold forward, keep pushing to that right foot, push that right hip back, push into the left foot, bring the left hip forward, left hand on the block. Stretch through the crown, lengthen your spine, and then finally, keeping your hips level and square, opening up in the opposite direction. Hands can stay on your hips, or you can extend them. For 4, 5. Bring your right hand back down to your hip, bend into your right knee, and then inhale, come up. Setting up for the other side. And so you might need to change the width of between your feet. I'm going to bring the block inside. I'm using the high. I cannot find my cork blocks to save my life. I don't know what happened to them. So again, square your hips, bring your right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale, lengthen. And then come forward, place that your right hand on the block. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Push that left hip back. Push the right hip forward. Use your feet to power through your legs. And then opening up to the other side. For 4, 3, 2. Lengthening with each inhale, twisting with each exhale. Inhale, come forward. You might want to bend into that left knee, releasing the pressure, and pivot. To the other side, extended side angle, using a block. Again, if you don't, depending on where you're at in your practice, you may not use blocks. Also, I can use a wider stance here. So adjust as you need. I can't see you, I can't tell you, but I know you're doing the best you can. That's wonderful. Glad you're here. So hand on the block. Press your calf into your arm into your calf. So opening up those hips. Notice what happens when you move your knees back. Hips are going to start to open. You're going to open up to the side. Hand can remain on the hip, or it can be on your ear. We're extending, but just be careful. If you extend that arm, there's a tendency to come forward. Don't extend the arm like this unless you can keep your upper body open. 3. Gaze can be on your hand. 5, or it can be down on the mat. And then inhale, slowly coming up, pivoting to the other side. So left knee is bent here. This an extended side angle. The front leg is bent. The back leg is straight. Right foot is angled in about a 30-degree angle. Press your knees behind you. Open up. Bring that right shoulder back and up. And again, hand can stay on your hip. Ears extending. 4, 5. Inhale, coming up. And reversing for the other side for extended, revolved, extended side angle. We're going to come into this in a different way than you would traditionally do it. So bring your left knee down. Make sure that your left knee is a little bit behind your hip. So you don't want it directly under your hip like here. So maybe adjusting your feet if you need to. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your left elbow onto your right thigh. Opening up into a twist. That may be as far as you want to go. You can stay there in the twist with your leg on the ground. Otherwise, if you want to go a little bit further into this posture, press into your back toes and lift your leg. Four, 5, and then inhale, slowly come up, standing up, and pivoting to the other side. Right knee comes down onto the mat. I'm going to turn the other way so you can see this posture after a twist, that you can stay right where you're at. Inhale, hands to your heart. Exhale, right elbow on left knee. Staying here. So if you're staying here, using your breath to get into this posture. So inhaling, lengthening, and then exhale, twisting. Inhale, lengthening, and then the option, exhale, twisting. For 3, 4, 5, and then twist back. Release your twist and slowly come up. Good. Step forward. Samastiti, the top of your mat. Right foot steps back. Right foot steps back. Toes pointing forward here. We're going to do forward folds. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands to hips come down. Knees can be bent, but you want to be able to touch the floor. So you can make the floor higher by using blocks. If this is a hard fold for you, you can also bring the floor closer by bringing your body lower by bending your knees. Walk your hands back, parallel with your feet. Elbows are bent. Inhale, look forward, and then exhale, crown down. Inhale, push your elbows towards each other. Exhale, crown down. So your elbows are shoulder width apart. Your hands are parallel with your feet. 4, inhale. 5. Inhale, look forward, stretch your spine, chin to chest, hands to waist, roll up, slowly. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, hands on your hips or your waist. Shoulders roll back. So roll those shoulders like you're trying to bring them together. Elbows back behind you and fold forward. Soft knees, crown down. Inhale, push your knees away from each other. And then as you exhale, put a little bit of pressure into your big toe, about 30%. Inhale, knees push away. Exhale, just a little bit of pressure in that big toe. For 4. 5, knees press away. And then pressing in your toes. Keeping your chin to your chest, soft knees, roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. So, interlacing your fingers, you want to have them, your fingers straight. If you can't do that easily with your hands behind your back, if you're kind of doing this, don't do it. Grab a towel, which I don't have, but grab something and use that to connect your hands. So a washcloth or something would be a good idea. You don't want to mess up your shoulders. So fingers interlaced or grabbing, using a washcloth or something. Roll your shoulders back like you're trying to push your shoulders together. Straighten your elbows, fingers press down to the mat, and then roll forward. Knees can be soft. Inhale, shoulders, press those shoulders together. 3, 4, shoulders, push them together, straighten your elbows, and then drop your fingers a little bit closer to the floor in front of you. And 5. Soft knees, chin to chest, slowly come up 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, hands on your hips, roll down 1 vertebra at a time. This time taking your peace fingers and wrapping them around your big toes. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, crown down. Same principle here. As you inhale, push your knees apart. As you exhale, crown pushes down, push a little bit into that big toe. For 3, inhale. 4. 5. Inhale, look forward, flat spine. Hold here for a minute. Chin to chest, release your toes, hands to your waist. Roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Step forward to the top of your mat, Samastitihi. Right foot steps back. Pivot your toes to the right. Coming into pyramid pose here. Bring that left hip forward. Again, so it's parallel with the right. If you can't do that, readjust. Move that left foot where it needs to go so that you can have your hips, the left hip and the right hip, right off of each other. Hand position, you can grab wrists, you can grab elbows. I don't have a reverse prayer, but if you have it, go for it. Someday, right? So I'm going to grab opposite elbows. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. Legs are straight here. Inhale, press that right foot, pushing that right hip back. Press the left foot to bring the left hip forward. For 3, make sure you're breathing. 4, 5. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, slowly come up. You can bend a little bit into that right knee. Hands can stay right where they are. Pivot in the other direction. Square the hip. Adjust the back foot if you need to. Bring that right hip opposite your left. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, fold forward. You might need to readjust your hips. Press into your left foot. Left hip comes back. Press into your right foot. Right hip comes forward. For 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's go. Inhale. Slowly roll up, chin to chest. One vertebra at a time. Release your hands, step forward. Standing pose, I think this one is exceptionally challenging, but we can do variations on it. So if balance is an issue, you can just find a wall and have that help you balance. The full pose, you grab your big toe, extend your leg, come out, come back, and it's like 15 breaths. Some of you can do that, but the rest of you, I would encourage you either lift your knee and hold it for 5 breaths, or if you have the flexibility, you can extend your right leg. All right, so starting on your right, I'm gonna do the easiest. So bring your right knee up and stay here. Breathing for 2. Now press into that left foot, straighten it, lift your heart. Shoulders back and down. 4, 5, and then bring your right knee out to the side or your foot, your extended leg. 2. Keep pressing into that left foot. 3, 4. Lift your pubic bone to your belly button. 5. And then coming back to center. Option here, usually you let go of your toe and then just extend your leg, pointing your foot for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend your knee and release your foot. Good, coming to the other side. Left knee comes up. Holding here for 1, 2. Standing leg straight and strong, pressing to that foot. 3. Sternum is up. Shoulders a little bit back and down, away from your ears. 4, 5. Coming out to the side for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming back to center for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend your knee and release. Next pose I think is also very difficult, especially for people like me that I can't do a lotus pose yet. But I couldn't do one in 1969 when I started practicing yoga, which is why I stopped practicing yoga till I was 62. So let me be a lesson, you don't do that. So if you know the pose, if you are practicing Ashtanga, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, I'm going to give a variation on this pose, and it's going to be a figure 4. So lifting your right knee, come up, cross your ankle over your knee, hands come to your heart. You can stay here or coming down, finding your edge. Your edge is where you feel a little bit of something, but you don't come way down and start wobbling and falling over and all that kind of thing. So find that spot. It might be too, you can come all the way down. I just kind of go to where I can find a good stretch. And this side, I can bring my hands down to the floor. The other side, a little crankier. 4, 5. And then slowly, if you're in the Ashtanga traditional pose, start to release. Stand up. Inhale, come up. Knee lifted. Exhale, release. Going to the other side. Left hip, left knee lifts. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Hands to your heart. And then slowly starting to come down. Maybe touching the floor. 4, 5. So if your hands are down on the floor, starting to come up. Releasing your hands if you're in the traditional Ashtanga pose. Lift your knee and release. Come to the top of your mat, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, shoulders back. Plant your hands, high plank. Exhaling down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and hop your hands between your feet. Hop your feet between your hands or step forward. Hips come back. Coming up into chair pose, Utkatasana, 5 breaths. I'm going to give you an option here to try. Bring your hands together, bring your elbows together, and then just start to lift your elbows up, lift your hands up. This is a variation that helps you to strengthen. 4, 5. Exhale to fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back high. Exhaling down to low. Inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your right foot forward, low lunge. Inhale, come up. Crescent lunge. So we're going to hold this for 5 breaths. Again, if you felt that was challenging, you might try the same hand position. Elbows together, hands together, lifting. For 3, 2, 1. And then pivot your feet. Hands can stay there. Coming into warrior 2 on the other side. So your right heel is down here. You might adjust that back leg to try and get your hips square. Make sure you're breathing. 4, 5. Opening up into warrior 2. So I'm this way, but I'm going to turn around so you can see me. Building this posture from the bottom up. Feet press away. Knees press back. Inhale, look up, the ceiling, opening up that chest, palms facing down, and just turn your head, torso stays forward, gazing over your left hand. So keep pushing those knees back, tailbone down, glutes forward. 4, 5, and then coming up. Pivoting your toes for warrior on the other side. Again, building your posture from the base up. Press your feet away from each other. Knees press backwards. Tailbone down. Bring your glutes forward. Looking up to the beautiful sky, below ceiling. And then turning your head, gazing over your right finger. For 3, make sure you're breathing. 4, 5, and then coming up. Coming to the top of your mat, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold chin to chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Exhaling down low. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to the floor. We're not going to get to do much on the floor today because we did so many chaturangas. You're welcome. Hope you're a little bit sweaty. Jump throughs, you jump through to come down to the floor. That's something I've not mastered. So I'm going to show you my version. You can try it. If you have jump throughs, go for it. Someday I'll do this. So for a jump through, I bring my feet forward and cross them at the ankle. Let me break it down even more. Walk your feet forward, lifting up like you're doing a cat pose. When you get to the top, cross your legs. Eventually, your toes would be like this. I'm not there yet, okay? Bring your hips down, knees bend, and then fall on the floor like I just did. Woo. So, feet straight forward. We're coming into Dandasana pose. Push your heels away, pull your toes towards you. Pull up from your pubic bone, pull that up to your belly button. Arms forward, palms down, parallel with your shoulders. Pull your hands back. Feel that opening through your chest. And then place your hands down by your side, fingers facing forward. Finally, chin to chest. Holding here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Peace fingers around your big toes. Once again, if the forward fold is a way you're not flexible, highly recommend you bend your knees. You can always start to push those heels forward. 5 breaths here. Inhale, pull your toes towards you, push your toes away. Inhale, and then for the exhale, crown toward your feet. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, come up. The next posture, I'm going to demonstrate a variation, is reverse plank. If you know reverse plank and you've got that going, just go ahead and do it. Bend your knees, tops of your feet on the floor. Bring your hands back behind you. Fingers are pointing forward. Setting up your upper body, roll your shoulders back, straighten your elbows, push the heels of your hands into the floor. You should feel very powerful here in your upper body. You can stay here and just hold that for 5 breaths, or lift your hips, look up toward the ceiling, or you can drop your head back. Breathing for 3. Keep pressing into your feet. 4, 5. And exhale, release. So in Ashtanga, doing all these poses, you are always doing jump throughs and jump backs. So we're going to kind of modify that. Boy, I think we're almost out of time. Uh-oh. So it always takes longer than we think it's going to. But to do that, cross your legs, bring your feet in as close as you can to your body. If you have blocks, you can place your hands on the block. If not, you can use the floor and just lift. And release. So strengthening that. Let me double check time. I know you guys all have places to go and things to do. Yeah, shoot, we're toward the end. And so I'm going to take you straight to Shavasana. And you're home, I'm not watching you, you can do anything you want. So if you want to do some other poses on the way, please do that, because I know we're kind of rushing here. Actually, let's do a mudra, and then you can go to Shavasana. So come to a seated position. Sorry, I gave you different directions. So you can come into, if you have lotus, bring your right foot in first, the left over here. Otherwise, easy pose, cross-legged. Bring your big thumb and your middle finger together. And bring your chin to your chest. Breathing here for a moment, close your eyes. Ashtanga starts with a chant and ends with a chant. So I want to close this practice today with the translation of the Ashtanga chant, because I love it. May the rulers of the earth keep to the path of virtue for protecting the welfare of all generations. May the religious and all peoples be forever blessed. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Om. Peace, peace, perfect peace. So let's do that together. And the word for peace is Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So inhale. And then Om Shanti, 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 Om. Thank you guys. It's nice to have you. I wish I could see you. That time will come. So go ahead and lie down and rest. And spread some love out there in the world today, because goodness knows we need it.